Hey, welcome to Fantasy Football Live. I'm TJ Jefferson. I'm here with the fantasy consultant Nathan Zagora. We want to get you guys ready for week 8 of the NFL season by giving you our top waiver wire pickups of the week. So Nate, who are we looking at quarterback?
Well, just real quickly, at quarterback, you got Alex Smith taking over in San Francisco. He completed 15 of 22 passes, over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in one half of action against Houston. He also runs a little bit, which I like. I don't love him this week against Indianapolis, but if you're looking forward to week 9, if you have a quarterback on a bye in week 9, 6 teams off that week, go ahead and grab Alex Smith, a great matchup with Tennessee. Ryan Fitzpatrick also looking very good in Buffalo. Not great numbers, but solid, so he's somebody to take a look at. But really, Alex Smith seems like the prize of the guys out there on the waiver wire right now.
Gotcha. Now, what about running back? Any running backs out there enticing?
Oh, there are some enticing running backs, some tasty treats, if you will, and most of them are rookies. Starting with Beanie Wells of the Arizona Cardinals. Wells finally had his first big game as a pro, 14 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown. He could be supplanting Tim Hightower, and his schedule very easy as the year goes on. He gets Detroit and St. Louis in the fantasy playoffs. You got to like that, so grab Beanie Wells. Sean Green with Leon Washington out for the year. Green could be an excellent pickup behind Thomas Jones. 144 yards and a touchdown last week. He'll get about 10 carries a game. Fill in kind of in the role Leon Washington had. I love this kid out of Iowa. Ran for 1,800 yards and 20 touchdowns last year there. If Jones gets hurt, Green is going to be big time. Then there's LaShawn McCoy. He shouldn't be on a waiver wire, but if he is, Brian Westbrook could be out with a concussion. And then Jamal Charles. You got Larry Johnson suspended in Kansas City. Charles, good total yardage guy. Not a great player because it's still Kansas City, but somebody to definitely go ahead and give a look to.
Okay, any wide receivers out there on that wire that we should snag up?
Lee Evans playing great football with Ryan Fitzpatrick, 68 yards and a touchdown 2 weeks ago, 75 and a touchdown last week, 21 targets in 2 games with Fitzpatrick, 28 in 5 games with Edwards. That says it all. Grab him. You got to like Donnie Avery as well for the St. Louis Rams this week. Torrey Holt looking great against the Tennessee Titans. And then there's some deep kind of guys. Sam Aiken, he's off this week, but if you need a receiver in week 9, he's somebody to take a look at. The third receiver in New England, scored a touchdown last week, a deep kind of a guy. And then Michael Crabtree, if he's still on your waiver wire, the rookie looked pretty darn good a couple weeks ago. He'll be great in week 9 against Tennessee.
Okay, my buddy Eric Buderbaugh loves the tight end position. So as he's fishing around the waiver wire, who should he take a look at?
If he's fishing around the waiver wire looking for some tight ends, he should go ahead and take a look at Tony Scheffler of the Denver Broncos. Sheff gaining the trust of Kyle Orton. He's seen his receptions and yards increase 3 straight weeks, culminating in 101 yards and a touchdown on Monday night against the San Diego Chargers in week 6. So you got to like that. Gaining the trust of his quarterback, seeing more looks, that means more production. Then there's also Fred Davis of the Washington Redskins. Chris Cooley, broken ankle, out at least 4 weeks. Davis stepped up last week when he was out. 78 yards and a touchdown for the Washington Redskins. The good news is he's going to make some more starts with Cooley out, so you can definitely give him a look on the wire.
All right, defense. If you don't have a defense at this point, you're in trouble. But is there anything that could potentially be out there to help him out?
Yeah, absolutely. Arizona, go get them. Great matchup with Carolina this week. And then when you get to the playoffs, San Francisco, St. Louis, and Detroit in a row, that is the stuff that fantasy championships are made of. I said it last week. I'll say it again until you go get them. So go get the Cardinals. Also, the Dallas Cowboys playing pretty darn well of late. I like them at home this week against Seattle. I like them in general. Think about this. Matt Ryan hadn't been sacked in 4 games. Goes into Dallas. He gets sacked 4 times. Couple interceptions. They're playing good football now all of a sudden, so I like them. And then the New Orleans Saints, turnovers, lead the league in interceptions. They get the touchdowns. Darren Sharper, it seems like, takes one to the house every single week. Another great defense who could be on your wire.
Well, there you have it. Those are our top waiver wire pickups for week 8. For the fantasy consultant Nate Zagora, I'm TJ Jefferson. Tune in next week to Fantasy Football Live.